Hello and welcome, this is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more of the Beast and Exploration DLC of Battle Brothers. We've just finished a mission, and now it's time to go get our pay. Before we do that, though, let's check to see if anybody leveled up. Yeah, we've got 3 people leveling up here. So, Wilfred here, leveled up. Let's look at our perks first, and think about what we'd want to take. Okay, so Wilfred is probably going to continue to be a frontliner. Gain a level up to increase the character's attributes with maximum rolls, but without talents. So that's something we could do to get more stats, but we're not going to do that. I'm not worried about that. Need to oh, okay. Helps with resolve, dodge. Really, honestly, none of these traits, in my mind, are like super obviously useful. But we know that some of the ones up here are. Like, for example, fast adaptation, plus 8% chance to hit every time you miss. It's an amazing attribute. Like, for example, in this last combat this guy did, he had a 69% chance to hit. He missed. Well, that goes up to a 77% chance. So the next chance he gets to attack, it's even higher. And then he missed again, 85% chance on the next attack. So it builds up and builds up and builds up. And these guys on the front line are there to hold the line. It's possible they'll be in combat with the guys that they're tied up with for multiple turns. So this can really rack up. If you keep missing, eventually you will hit. So maybe I won't do this for everybody, but for some guys, like, for example, Wilfred, this is an amazing thing to pick up. Okay, now that we've done that, let's get our stats. So we rolled well here. We could get this above 70. What else do we want to take? Fortunately, the rolls are kind of bad in other areas. Well, he may be a candidate for our sergeant, although I think we had somebody else that was a better candidate. I think we take the defense, even though it's a +2. I'm definitely going to take this. And then outside of that, I'm thinking about taking the resolve here. Because none of the other rolls are really particularly high, and I really don't care about initiative for my front line. I mean, it helps, but it's not as important as a lot of the other things. So we'll go with that. Okay, that's our level up. This guy, I think so far, is our highest attack value. He's also got a pretty good damaged weapon. I mean, compared to the sword, 35-45, 25-55. Now, it can be lower on the low end, but it's pretty good on the high end. And, you know, it has a chance to hit the head with this, a higher chance to hit the head, which is always good. And, of course, helmets tend to have more defense than body armor, but let's see. So this is your first level, so you're likely going to remain a frontliner. I think recover doesn't make as much sense if the guy's going to be a backliner, because fatigue, in my opinion, isn't as big of a deal on the back line. It usually takes a lot longer for them to get tired. I was just checking to see if I had wasted a level up on that for anybody back there. No. Okay. So the question is, do I think Horst here is going to be in the front line or the back line, like when I do his level up? But Arnulf here, we'll probably keep him in the front line. He's not particularly good at range combat, although he does have the bonus there. You know what? Let's take the skills first, because you never know. Still, I mean, it's a ways away. It would take quite a few level ups to get where I think we need to be. I think the more important thing to take here is the melee skill defense, which is very low for him, because we did roll decently there. And then we'll go with fatigue, because he's not particularly great here either. Resolve could be good, but there are other men that have worse resolve than him. Let's go with that. Okay, so I think we have determined he's going to stay in the front line, so I'll go with recover. Yeah, I think that's right. Horst may go in the back line. We'll have to see. See, this guy has not too bad range combat skill. Ideally, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to have a couple guys with throwing weapons on the flanks. So these guys right now are doing my flank position here. I'm eventually going to put guys with throwing weapons in here. So if they're not in the front line, it's not a big deal initially because they'll throw off, you know, javelins or something to hit the enemy with. And that gives us more ranged combat ability in the back line than I'm probably going to have because of the pole arms. Although I do plan to have at least one more archer. Okay, so this guy needs to level up. So he rolled really well in archery. So he may be that man that is in the flank roll. Because he does have a bonus here, he will consistently get it. So I think in this case, we're going to go there. We're going to go melee skill just to get it up, because if he's still going to need that. And then I think we're going to take his range defense up. He has a couple stars in there, so it will increase. But he's already alright in melee defense comparatively. So I'd like to even him up. Anything else? I mean, his resolve, he has a couple stars in, so he'll probably get that eventually. Yeah, I think this is the right call, so we'll go with range defense. Okay, so perks. Recover will probably not be as important as fast adaptation will be for him if he's going to have throwing weapons. Eventually he'll be on the front line once his throwing weapons run out. So it's still important, but I think this is more important at the moment. And then the other one we're going to want to take is quick hands. What this allows us to do is switch weapons in our inventory without spending action points. Normally it costs you 4 action points to switch between one weapon and another. That's going to be really important for throwing weapons. Because if an enemy ties you up, you can't use the throwing weapon anymore, so you're going to need to switch to your weapon. And I'd like to do that immediately without having to spend any action points. So that's probably going to be what I do. I do this one, then this one with this next level up. Okay, let's take that. And this will make the javelins even more valuable because, or, you know, throwing axes or whatever I'm going to be throwing. Because if they miss, that just means that he's going to be more likely to hit in later rounds. So even if he throws all of his javelins and misses with all of them, that means once he gets into melee combat, he's going to have a really good chance to hit. If we keep him with a bludgeon or a mace or something like that, we could stun somebody, which would be great. I haven't really played as much with the bludgeons and things, and really stunning can be very valuable, so maybe that would be what I do with the flanks. Alright, I think we did all the level ups. Yeah, okay, so let's get moving. And we'll go back to town, which is over there. Let's just go out the way we came. Actually, we'll let it do auto track. It should just come to this road and then follow it, but I mean, if it does something weird, I'll correct it, but I expect it will follow this road soon. Yeah, it is. Alright, good. Sometimes the auto travel, it passes a little weird, like it'll take you through woods even though you have a road that would be faster, just because it's the more direct A to B path. But sometimes as the crow flies, it's not the fastest path. When you enter Lars of Gronberg's room, there are a host of guards surrounding him. For a second, you'd think you've stumbled upon a coup, but the men clear out, leaving behind dice and cards. Lars of Gronberg waves you in. Come, come, I just lost a good deal of crown, sellsword. Perhaps you brought something to help ease my pains. You take out the rare coin collection and hold it in your hand. Rather gingerly, the man takes it. Good, very good. Your pay, of course, is here. Hands over a satchel of crowns before turning around in his chair. He seems too consumed by the artifact to say anything else. Alright, so we can take a real quick look at how that has improved our relationship in this town. It probably hasn't improved it a lot. Yeah, see, we're still neutral, because we only did one mission. Fight off, I think we did 2, so that's why it made more of an impact. The prices are not going to be any better here. We're going to see the exact... I say that. I think these have lowered in price slightly. Maybe not. Maybe it's just my imagination. I mean, it's still... No, it was being sold for more than it was worth. So right now it's being sold for exactly what it's worth. I have to decide if that is a good price. Because we just got our pay and we're still looking at $8.95 because we just had a payday for my men. I could probably sell some things. Like, I don't need this many bucklers around, so I'm going to sell these two, the ones that are damaged. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to use this Butcher's Cleaver, so I think I'm just going to sell that. Because we're only going to hire 2 more men at this stage. So do we want the Butcher's Cleaver? I'll keep it around for now, but it will probably go fairly soon. How are we doing on food? It looks like some of our food's going to spoil fairly soon, and we'll be left with not a lot. So we may want to pick something up. Then again, I have to travel. Well, this is not priced bad. E2, it's only a couple coins over. Sure, we'll take it. I am really tempted to take these copper ingots, but if we can't sell them for more than they're worth, and the very next town we come across, that would be a real problem for me financially. Let's take a look around real quick. Oh, yeah. We do have... Is this just a village down here? Yeah, it is. And that's just a village too. Let's take a look at some of these villages and see if there are directions we want to go in. The ruins, amber collection. That's something we could also pick up and trade. Ruins, heat pit, another tradable resource, and a pig farm. So these 2 places are not particularly exciting. And then if we go up this way, we do have a place where we may be able to get healing supplies, which we do need. A pig farm and a trapper. Well, that may have archers and things, which is what we're looking for. So we could go that way, but that's 3 villages we're passing through to go that way. So let's look down in the south. Okay, so in the south, we have this place. It has ruins, amber collection, so similar. Militia barracks, fishing huts, and a workshop. Then we've got a couple harbors here. And then Steinberg we passed by, we didn't actually go to. It has goat pens and wheat fields. Okay. And then we could also go back to Weidhof, which is a town that likes us. It's the town that likes us the most at the moment, I believe. Or no, that's Kochendorf, which is all the way over there. I mean, this is tempting to go down to. But honestly, I think I am going to go this way because it's several villages along the way. It gives us opportunities to get jobs, and it is going to get us towards where we want to go. And also, if we're looking to get that achievement of traveling everywhere, these are places we're going to need to go to anyway, and they're kind of on the outskirts up on the north here. So I think that's the path we're going to take. So is there anything I want to grab here while we're at it? It may take me a day to travel here, and then we'd be out of food. So I think I should buy food while we're here. Oh wait, I already did, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's go ahead and sort this stuff. Do we want to hire any men while we're here? I think not. Because I don't know if there's anybody all that exciting here. Yeah, we've got a farmer, we've got a miller, and we've got a laborer, more or less. So, yeah, let's just move on. And we'll go up north here. Or more or less at the edge of the map. Coming across a caravan. I always am cautious of wooded areas because brigands can jump out at you. Or beasts, or, you know, other things. I mean, this is the Beast in Exploration DLC, and we haven't really seen many beasts yet. Alright, let's just get in there. I am thinking that the night will be over by the time we get there. If not, we could just camp to wait it out. We could also check out whatever contract is here, because that will be available regardless. The rebuilding effort. In an effort to rebuild the nearby fishing huts, building materials are in high demand and low supply. Unfortunately, we don't have any building materials. That would probably be like lumber and things. Now, there's places we could have gotten that from, but the likelihood that's still going to be a factor, I don't know. Let's just look at the contract, see what it is. Then the councilman is looking for a poorly drawn, looking at a poorly drawn map, then looks up at you as though you're the one responsible for making it. Look, mercenary, this is a strange thing to ask you with, but you seem to have a good head on your shoulders. See this dark spot here? Would you be willing to venture that way and try and find out the worn-down fortress? Somewhere at or around the region of Bronze Flats. Hey, what does it pay? Yes, good. I was thinking about payment for the task earlier. It's 60 crowns in advance and another 250 when the job is done. Well, we're mercenaries, so we need to be paid more for this. No way, he shouts, bursting with anger, and then he just repeats the price. Sure, we'll take it. I've never done a job like this. Maybe this is particular to the DLC, the scouting missions. I don't know if we were supposed to fight anything that's there. We just have to find it. So, southeast. Okay. I accept the contract. It's dawn, so let's go ahead and go in town and see what they've got. Alright, so build a marketplace. The amber's not a bad price. Fortunately, the food is cheaper here than it was in the other town. We do have medical supplies, but it's being sold for a lot. Looks like there's about a 50% up mark, a little bit more than that for some of these goods. Okay. Well, nothing really here that I absolutely need. Let's take a look at the men, though. That's always worth looking at. So we've got a vagabond. We've got a gravedigger. We've got a fisherman. And we've got another fisherman. Well, in this case, it comes down to... we do need one more frontliner, in my opinion. We need one more guy that's going to be range, which would be an archer, ideally. And then we're going to want one more frontliner. It wouldn't hurt to pick them up now. Problem is, I just don't know if I have the money to sustain that right now. Nor do I think I have the supplies. I don't have the armor to equip them. I have some arms, so it wouldn't be the end of the world there. Well, you know what? We're here. Let's try some of these guys out. The Vagabond I may pass on, because he's kind of expensive. Let's see what the Grave Digger's traits are. He has none. Well, he's cheap. So if he dies, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, sure, we'll pick him up. He doesn't have any bad attributes. I'd like to see what the deal with the Gravedigger is. Go hire him. Hey, Gravedigger, what are your stats? I think one of the reasons he was cheap because he comes with like almost no actual equipment here. So your traits. You have kind of bad fatigue. Your combat stats are pretty bad too. Yeah, you're not really good at much except resolve, and I guess you'd have to have resolve to be a gravedigger, so that makes some amount of sense. Okay then. Well, nonetheless, we are going to equip you with something. So we'll remove this because that's, you know, not great. Have a shirt. The club is not a great weapon for you to have. Oops, that's not what I wanted you to do. 2035. 2035. But sure, have a cleaver. And we give him a shield. I mean, probably would be a good idea. Here, have this damage shield. And a headscarf. It goes with your, you know, the neckline of your shirt. Red and red. So we're not giving him necessarily great equipment here. But he's not really that great of a guy. If he survives, good for him. If not, too bad, so sad. Where do we put him? I mean, it's going to kind of mess up our front line no matter where I put him. We could have him be the flanker, maybe? Like have him here and have this guy here. I mean, that could work. But nah. I'll put him here, and then we'll put this guy here. So we have a space missing. We will eventually fill that. Okay. I'm not going to hire any more men because we're looking for somebody that's an archer. That's my ideal situation. All right, let's leave. Pause. Okay, we're supposed to go somewhere to the southeast. Ah, and that's it. It is a scouting mission because it doesn't mark on my map where it is. He just says it's somewhere to the southeast. So that's somewhere where we're going to have to do some traveling around, see if we can find it. But I think we're going to go ahead and hold it off for the next video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.